Today we're talking about why self-care is so important during the holidays. So my name is Karen and I'm the counselor from up in the North region. Great to see everybody here today. So why is self-care so important, especially during the holidays? The most wonderful time of the year is known to prompt joy, but the reality is that it may actually invoke stress as well. While this season is often associated with splendid sentiments of love and happiness, for many others, unpleasant feelings may be sparked as well. From Thanksgiving preparations until we ring in the new year, self-care is essential to protect yourself from being overwhelmed. So why do we often fail at self-care during the holidays? Practicing self-care isn't always easy. The holiday can bring up a lot of emotions, baggage, and discomfort. Maybe you're stressed about money. Maybe you're missing a departed loved one. Maybe you're dreading spending time with difficult family members, or even alone right now. Self-care can sometimes make us feel guilty about taking the time required to take care of ourselves, especially during the holidays. So, getting started with self-care can be challenging. So, how do we engage in self-care during the holidays? We're going to start somewhere, and hopefully here today. We can't overstate the importance of self-care. But I've got too much to do, you may be thinking, or how am I supposed to make time? Our answer, when you are crazy busy, is when you need self-care the most. So make sure to schedule time for you this holiday season. Even 10 minutes can positively impact your mental health. And it's enough to get outside for a breath of fresh air, a quick meditation, or fit in a quick workout, or chat with a loved one to help you reset. Time. I never have enough time. Regularly schedule time to engage in self-care activities. Schedule self-care activities such as exercise, meditation, or even a hobby you enjoy at the same time every day so they become a routine, or set a timer or alarm to remind yourself. Practice gratitude for the people and events in your life. This may include writing in a journal about what you appreciate in your life, or letting others know the gratitude you feel. So self-care takes stock of your own needs, goals, health, and accomplishments, taking time to nourish and nurture all of who you are. Previously, we did a Take 10 just on basic self-care, using the 4 key dimensions of well-being. Today, we are going to look at those 4 key dimensions as well for holiday self-care: the mind, the body, the heart, and the spirit. So the physical, the body, to live, move, and breathe. Physical self-care, taking care of your physical health. Ensure adequate sleep and a nutritious diet. How do we do that during the holiday season? Develop a plan to enjoy special foods and treats around the holiday while balancing them with healthy eating. Pause and reflect. What can you do for your physical self-care during this holiday season? My physical self-care will include exercise and doing my best to eat healthy. If you're live with us today, share with us at the chat bar. If not, take a time to write it down on a pen and paper. I will also be enjoying my favorite treats in moderation. Emotional, the heart, to love, care, and be in relationship with yourself and others. We can definitely do that during the holiday season. Being present around the present. Practice mindfulness and meditation. This can include spending a minute or two being present in your environment. Take notice of the smells, sounds, and sights of the holidays. Notice the differences between the holiday season and other times of the year. Mindful techniques can be more than just quiet contemplation. Spend time with people you care about and who care about you. Take time to pause and reflect. What can you do for your emotional self-care over the next few weeks? If you're with us live, write it in the chat bar. If you're not, please write it on a pen and paper. This year, my favorite thing to do every season is to turn off all the lights in my house except for the lights on the tree. Get myself a cup of hot cocoa, have music going, and actually just stare at the tree and appreciate the season. The psychological, the mind, to learn and think and grow. Psychological self-care. Try to understand why you may be experiencing negative emotions this year, especially as we are dealing with a lot of change for this year. For some people, negative emotion might be related to unrealistic expectations or goals of themselves around the holidays. or from simply feeling overwhelmed. Readjust goals so they're specific and attainable. In another previous Take 10, we talked about SMART goals. If you want, you can take a look and readjust some of your goals for the holidays. Pause and reflect. What can you do for your psychological self-care? If you're with us live today, tell us in the chat bar. If not, write it down in a pen and paper. I'm going to readjust some of my unrealistic expectations. I don't need to make 1,001 different types of cookies this year, but I can make the few that my family does enjoy. What can you do for your self-care? Finally, the spirit to connect with essence, purpose, and meaning. The commercialization of the holidays paired with the highlight reels of social media provide the perfect formula for competition. Take time to align with your values and recognize what is important to you. If you reflect on this at the beginning of the season, you can check from time to time to make sure you're aligning with your true self. For example, if a core value of yours is humility, it might be strange to compare your neighbor's new faux tree with your 14-foot evergreen. Pause and reflect. What can you do for your spiritual self-care? Write it in the chat bar, or if you're not with us live, write it down on a pen and paper. What are your values for the holiday season? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it the simple act of gift giving? Is it baking cookies? What are your values? The easiest thing we can do to help with our self-care is write it down. What do I do for self-care? This was a list that I kind of enjoyed. I can tell you very honestly, I will not be reading about people whose lives are made more complicated than mine. I would find that very stressful. But some of these other things I can do. I can write, I can draw, I enjoy cooking and baking. I love talking to certain people that are my people. And oddly enough, I enjoy tidying up my house. It makes me feel pretty good about myself. Write down what you can do for self-care. Change it as you need. The holidays can be a time that we reflect on the past, including thoughts of the year behind us, the traditions that have evolved, the relationships that have ended, and the lives we've lost. It can also be a time that prompts worry and fear, from concerns about being in the presence of toxic people or what is even to come in the next year ahead. We cannot time travel to the past or the future. Instead of revisiting the past or obsessing about the future, give yourself the gift of being in the present. Self-care involves focusing on you and taking time to rest, reflect, replenish, and renew. It includes taking stock of your own needs, your goals, health, and accomplishments, taking time to nourish and nurture all parts of who you are. So enjoy the holidays and remember to take care of your own needs and emotions. Remember, as the flight attendants say as part of their safety preparations, you need to put on your own oxygen mask first before helping others. So enter for your chance to win the NLC Wellness Swag Bag. Deadline to enter this week's prize draw is December 10th. To enter, email counseling@northernlakescollege.ca and the subject line cookie, which I think is quite appropriate for this time of year. Thank you for joining us for this version of Take 10.